In the intricate game of human relationships, where words are weapons and impressions are armor, there exists a compelling question. How does one command respect without speaking? It's a dilemma that transcends time, a challenge that has echoed through history from the ancient emperors of Rome to the modern-day titans of industry. And what if the answers lie in the depths of human psychology, in the subtle nuances of body language, in the echoes of silence and the power of presence? Welcome back to our channel, where we decode the complexities of human interaction, helping you navigate the world with finesse and understanding. Today we delve into the philosophy of Niccolò Machiavelli, whose profound insights offer a roadmap to commanding respect in the grand theater of life. Prepare to unravel the secrets of silent mastery, where the volume of your voice may matter less than the volume of your character. Machiavelli, the political philosopher, strategist, and writer during the Renaissance, is best known for his treatise *The Prince*, a seminal work on political philosophy. In this book, Machiavelli outlined his now infamous theories on how to acquire and maintain power, emphasizing a ruler's need to be both loved and feared. However, there is a lesser-known aspect of Machiavellian thought that is equally fascinating and highly relevant to our topic today. Machiavelli recognized that while power is often acquired through strategic alliances and calculated actions, it is maintained and respected through an entirely different set of principles. One of these principles is the ability to command respect without speaking, a concept he explored in various forms throughout his writings. Let's break down Machiavelli's multifaceted approach to gaining respect through silent mastery. First and foremost, Machiavelli understood that respect is not granted. It is seized, cultivated, and preserved through silent mastery. Words are fragile, easily twisted, and often forgotten, but presence, your bearing, your silence, your gaze, these can command loyalty and fear far more effectively. To command respect without uttering a word, one must first control themselves before controlling others. A man who cannot govern his own impulses, posture, and expression will never govern the perception of those around him. When you enter a room, you announce yourself without needing sound. The way you walk, the pace of your steps, the confidence in your shoulders all speak louder than speeches. The man who moves with certainty creates an invisible hierarchy. Others measure themselves against his calmness and authority. As Machiavelli astutely observed, fortune favors those who appear unshakable, for men are drawn to strength and recoil from weakness. To remain silent is not to be passive. Silence is a weapon. Those who chatter endlessly reveal their insecurities, but the man who speaks little forces others to fill the silence with their own assumptions. They project power upon him because he does not rush to explain himself. The less you reveal, the more they wonder, and in wondering, they grant you respect. Your silence is a mirror in which their fears and hopes are reflected. A ruler or any man aspiring to influence must master the art of stillness. Stillness is not idleness, but deliberate restraint. When others are restless, shifting, and nervous, the one who remains composed radiates dominance. In councils, courts, and gatherings, those who stay calm under pressure command authority, because in chaos, men seek the anchor. You become the anchor when you are unmovable. Consider the demeanor of a seasoned general on the battlefield or a diplomat engaged in high-stakes negotiations. In these moments of truth, it's not the loudest voice that carries the most weight, but the quietest presence that exudes the greatest command. This is the essence of Machiavellian wisdom applied to the dynamics of respect. The eyes are instruments of silent power. A single glance, held long enough, communicates strength or disdain without a word spoken. Do not avert your eyes too quickly, for that betrays weakness, but do not glare endlessly, for that signals insecurity. Meet the gaze, hold it with calm certainty, and release it on your own terms. In this subtle duel, victory belongs to the one who appears least concerned. Machiavelli, ever the keen observer of human nature, would argue that the eyes can wound more effectively than the sword when wielded with skill. In the intricate dance of human interaction, a well-timed glance, a steady gaze, can communicate volumes without the need for articulation. A direct, confident eye contact establishes a connection that transcends verbal communication. It's a silent affirmation of one's presence, a testament to self-assurance that resonates deeply within observers. At the same time, the ability to look away gracefully, to avert one's gaze at the appropriate moment, is equally important. This act of yielding, when done correctly, can signal respect, consideration, and a certain kind of nobility. It's a nuanced display of power, a quiet acknowledgement of another's presence without compromising one's own authority. The way you dress, the way you sit, the smallest gestures all shape the perception of your rank. To command respect, every outward detail must align with authority. Wear clothes that suggest discipline, not vanity. Sit with posture that implies vigilance, not laziness. Even the way you raise your hand or tilt your head can convey mastery over yourself and therefore mastery over others. Machiavelli understood that men are creatures of appearances. To them, image is reality. You must craft that reality meticulously. A ruler's attire, bearing, and gestures should reflect the seriousness of their purpose, the gravity of their responsibilities. Every detail, from the cut of one's clothes to the position of one's hands, should communicate authority and self-discipline. It's not about ostentatious displays of wealth or power, but about conveying a sense of purpose and control. In doing so, you build a strong, silent narrative that reinforces your stature and commands respect. Silence also protects you from the traps of others. When you speak, you expose yourself to scrutiny. When you remain reserved, others reveal themselves instead. They rush to impress you, to interpret you, to win your approval. By saying nothing, you force them to speak more, and in their eagerness, they expose their weaknesses. You collect knowledge while they waste theirs. The silent man holds the advantage in every negotiation because he listens longer than others can endure. Mastering the art of silence is a powerful tool in social and professional settings. When you choose to remain silent, you not only avoid potential pitfalls, but also gain valuable insight into the motivations and intentions of others. This is particularly potent in situations like job interviews, business negotiations, or even casual social interactions. By remaining composed and reserved, you create a space where others are compelled to reveal their thoughts and feelings. This act of active listening allows you to gather crucial information, to assess the landscape of the conversation, and to formulate your response strategically. But why is this kind of silence so effective? It boils down to a simple psychological principle. People reveal more about themselves than you could ever hope to learn. In a job interview, for example, a candidate who dominates the conversation may come across as overbearing or full of hot air. On the other hand, a candidate who remains calm and composed, asking thoughtful questions, demonstrates a level of maturity and strategy that is highly appealing. However, there is a danger in silence. If you remain too distant, too cold, you risk being mistaken for arrogance. A wise man balances silence with presence. He does not speak much, but when he acts, his actions resonate. He does not explain, but when he moves, the meaning is unmistakable. Respect comes not from hiding in shadows, but from mastering when to step into the light. This brings us to the heart of Machiavellian philosophy. True power is not just about commanding respect. It's about guiding and inspiring others towards a shared vision. A leader who is solely focused on accumulating power, who hoards respect like a miser, is ultimately ineffective. As Machiavelli argued in The Prince, a ruler should aim to be both feared and loved. While respect is certainly an essential component of this equation, it must be balanced with other qualities such as charisma, competence, and empathy. Imagine a CEO who commands respect but lacks the ability to inspire their team, or a community leader who is feared but cannot unite their constituents. Both scenarios highlight the limitations of a ruler who relies solely on silent mastery to maintain their position. Yes, respect is crucial, but it's not enough on its own. So how does one balance respect earned through silence with the other qualities needed for effective leadership? The answer lies in timing, in knowing when to step out of the shadows and when to fade back into the background. It's a delicate dance that requires intuition, emotional intelligence, and a deep understanding of one's audience. When you are silent, you become a canvas upon which others project their expectations, fears, and hopes. This can be a powerful tool for shaping perceptions, but it also demands a certain level of responsibility. Your silence is not a void, but a mirror reflecting the biases and assumptions of those who encounter you. To wield this power effectively, you must be conscious of the images and ideas being projected onto you, and you must be prepared to either reinforce or challenge them. In a world that often values loudness, assertiveness, and immediate gratification, the art of silent mastery can seem counterintuitive. Yet, it is in this quiet strength that we find the roots of true power, influence, and respect. The ability to command respect without uttering a word is a testament to self-mastery, a reflection of deep inner strength and a powerful tool for navigating the complexities of human interaction. We want to hear from you. What's your perspective on this intriguing topic? Have you found value in incorporating some of these principles into your personal or professional life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We can't wait to read them. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more enlightening discussions. Together, let us continue to explore the fascinating intricacies of human interaction and the pursuit of power and respect in a complex world. Thanks for joining us on this journey of discovery. Go about it all wrong, wasting their breath, expending their energy on cheap displays of power or empty boasts of prowess. They clamor for attention but fail to grasp that true influence is often wielded in silence. Most men lack the confidence to make their presence felt. They mistake noise for strength and bluster for power. They speak too much, revealing all their cards, draining their reserves of mystery. In the process, they lose the very respect they seek. True respect is extracted, not begged for. It is forced upon the world through quiet, calculated means. In the intricate game of human interaction, there are few skills more potent than the ability to command respect without uttering a word. To do so is to play a game most men do not even realize exists. A game where respect is earned not through volume but through value. Where influence is exerted not through boisterous demands but through quiet, calculated means. Mastering this art is the prerogative of the truly powerful, for it is here that the difference between a leader and a mere talker is made. Let us, therefore, dissect this concept of commanding respect in silence, drawing wisdom from the insights of history's most astute players, and dissecting the tactics employed by those who understood the profound impact of nonverbal communication. We begin with a recognition that respect, like all valuable things in life, is rarely given freely. It must be earned. The problem with most men is that they misunderstand this fundamental truth. They think respect is something one can demand, bully, or beg for, but never earn. They clamor and shout for attention, exhausting themselves in the process, all the while losing the very thing they so desperately crave. Consider the general leading his troops into battle. His soldiers do not respect him because of the words he speaks, but because of the presence he embodies. His silence on the battlefield speaks volumes of his strength, his resolve, and his capability. A general who trembles or panics on the brink of battle loses the respect of his men. His soldiers falter when he falters, scatter when he recoils in fear. Yet when he stands tall, calm, and unshaken, even in silence, his army steadies itself. His presence alone commands obedience and loyalty. This is the essence of silent dominance, a power that stems not from words but from the sheer force of one's being. The reality is that the world respects not what we say, but what we are. What do you bring to the table? What unique value do you offer? These are the questions that matter. Most men fail to recognize this because they are too busy trying to imitate the qualities of others rather than honing their own. They chase after borrowed personas instead of crafting their unique identities. They become counterfeits of other people's ideals, all the while neglecting to develop their authentic selves. Cultivating this kind of presence is not a natural gift, but a learned skill, a discipline that requires patience and practice. It is an investment in oneself that pays dividends in respect and influence. Start by mastering your emotions. Let your facial expressions reflect your inner strength and confidence. Avoid the common pitfalls of anxiety and nervousness. Cultivate an air of calmness and control. Your body language should exude quiet confidence. Stand tall, shoulders back, eyes forward. Your posture should convey a sense of security and assurance. This is your nonverbal introduction to the world. It should leave a lasting impression of quiet strength. Effective control of self is essential to the cultivation of silent strength. It involves taming one's impulses, resisting immediate gratification in pursuit of long-term objectives, and maintaining composure under pressure. This is particularly important in moments of anger or frustration when the instinct might be to lash out or break down. However, doing so would undermine the very respect one is seeking to achieve. Instead, one should strive to maintain a sense of calm and clarity, responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. This journey towards self-mastery is not a solitary one. While it is crucial to learn to control one's emotions and reactions, it is equally important to recognize the value of seeking external perspectives. Friends and mentors can provide objective viewpoints, helping one to better understand and manage their own emotions and reactions. Their insights can be invaluable in situations where one's own perspective has become clouded by anger, frustration, or other intense emotions. Therefore, the cultivation of silent strength involves a delicate balance between internal fortitude and the willingness to learn and adapt from external perspectives. One must be willing to listen and to learn, to reflect, and to adjust one's course when necessary. The ability to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity is a critical component of cultivating silent strength. When faced with challenges, one should resist the urge to panic or to lash out. Instead, one should take a moment to assess the situation, to strategize, and to respond in a thoughtful and measured way. This requires a level of emotional control and discipline, but the payoff in terms of respect and effectiveness can be substantial. The man who remains calm and focused amidst the storm is seen as a man of strength and resilience, qualities that command respect. The world often rewards those who exude confidence, and confidence is most effectively communicated through actions rather than words. Taking well-calculated risks, speaking up when necessary, and standing by one's convictions are all ways of demonstrating this kind of quiet confidence. Such actions, when undertaken with a sense of control and purpose, amplify one's presence and underscore one's commitment to one's beliefs and values. Developing an assertive communication style is another key aspect of cultivating silent strength. This involves expressing oneself clearly and confidently, setting boundaries when needed, and standing up for one's rights and beliefs without resorting to aggression or passivity. Assertive communication is a powerful tool for establishing oneself in the world and demanding respect from others. Cultivating silent strength is a multifaceted process that involves emotional control, thoughtful action, and assertive communication. By working on these aspects of oneself, one can develop the kind of quiet, powerful presence that commands respect. Remember, the essence of silent strength lies not in brute force or ostentatious displays, but in the quiet, controlled power of one's being. The truly strong man needs no amplification. His strength resonates in the depth of his silence, and in this resonance lies the power to command respect without uttering a word.